Welcome to another episode of Crawfordsville Connection, the City of Crawfordsville's weekly podcast that comes out every Monday morning. I'm your host, Sarah Summer, and I'm joined in the studio every week with Mayor Todd Barton to keep our community up to date on current events, city workings, and to hear from community members on a variety of topics. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Welcome back to another episode of Crawfordsville Connection. I'm your host, Sarah Summer, and today I'm joined in the studio with some special guests from our Chamber of Commerce. And before we get started with them, we do have an announcement. Mayor Barton will be holding his community forum on Saturday, July 26th at 11 a.m. at Pike Place up on the stage area. And this happens to be during the last hour of the farmers market. So if you're out shopping, stop by, chat with Mayor, ask him questions, give suggestions, and, just get an opportunity to sit down and talk with him. And I think that's our only announcement. So we'll go ahead and turn it over to our Chamber of Commerce. We're going to talk about some new faces, new events, and the Chamber Awards. And I'll turn it over to you. Stacy, do you want to introduce yourself?
Good morning. Thank you, Sarah. I'm Stacy Summer. I'm the Executive Director of the Crawfordsville, Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce. I've been there for 3 years, and I'm excited to be here today. Thank you. And we have 2 new assistants, so I'll let them introduce themselves.
Wonderful. Jessica.
Hi, my name is Jessica McClamroch. I am one of 2 executive assistants that is new to the chamber.
Great. And Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle Ogden. I'm the other executive assistant at the chamber.
Wonderful. So we'll just talk a little bit more about each of your roles with 2 new executive assistants, kind of combining and sharing that role to make full-time support. Jessica, do you want to dive into what it is that you're focusing on in your specialties with the chamber?
My focus really is just assisting with social media and helping with events, even though we're both going to be trained to do a little bit of everything.
Awesome. And Michelle?
I will mostly focus on the bookkeeping, invoicing, the finances, paying for sponsorships, and keeping the event calendars.
Great. Stacy, seeing the way that these 2 have come together to make a full-time role, how does that help move your organization along?
We are so excited about this new path. So right now we've been trying out, they're working, Jessica works in the morning and Michelle works in the afternoon. Sometimes they both work on the same days, but they both have different experiences, strengths. And so it's so much fun to have 2 different individuals coming together to form one position with all of the different experiences coming together.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you mentioned, Jessica, you're both trained on everything. So you can both support in different ways. But, how do you both see your role supporting, the community, the members? What role do you think you take in that?
I think it's just really helping Stacy and the chamber members to help, build that vibrant business community drive that we are so focused on as a organization.
Yeah. And, before you 2 started the role, Stacy's been in the role for a little while as executive director and has progressed the chamber along. How do you both envision, you bringing your own unique twist or special characteristics to the organization to help move it along?
Michelle, do you want me to?
Go ahead.
I think, like Stacey said, we all have different ideas and we definitely have strengths that we can play off of one another. And so we haven't really had time to dive into what the future looks like for the chamber with the 3 of us. Because there's lots of events and there's things going on all the time. Mm-hmm. But I think that when we have a moment, we'll be able to dive in and kind of create some new ideas that will be fresh for the chamber.
Absolutely.
We do have a couple of things that we are working on behind the scenes that we hope to bring to fruition, but I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too early.
We like to say stay tuned.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
stay
Stay
tuned.
tuned.
Great way to put it.
Yes,
Stay
we
tuned.
have new ideas, and there also have been ideas and events that I've wanted to do, and I've just been too busy. And so it's wonderful to have the two of them working together that can help us implement those ideas. We've already started a new Facebook page for our chamber members that are realtors or do rental properties, management properties, and they can post on that page. And we're adding a section in the Chamber 411 for them. So that's been great. And it's not the cat out of the bag, isn't it? A goat out of the bag?
It's a goat.
So Jessica and I were on a chamber call, and one of the chambers has a mascot, and chambers get to pay a fee and take the mascot to their business and show a bit around about their business. So Michelle is also talented, and she's going to be making the mascot for us.
Okay.
And so we will be revealing this soon, but it'll just be a great way for members to be able to spotlight their business and with the chamber logo on the mascot. So we're
Awesome.
excited about this.
Yes. So everyone stay tuned for that. And, hopefully you get to have the mascot show up to your business. Well, you've talked about, different ideas that you have flowing. And one of them that actually has already happened and you're going to continue implementing is Biz and Brew, which is a new event. Do you all want to talk about what that is and what people can expect from that event?
Well, so chamber members, if they attend the Biz and Brew, they can learn ways to maximize the value of their membership. And this next Biz and Brew, our chamber members are actually invited to bring guests who are not current chamber members to attend. So then they can learn what our chamber does and how we can help promote their business or organization.
This event is going to be August 13th, and we made it an open house style. So that way, if someone is busy that day, they can pop in or they can stay the whole time. It's from 8:30 to 10 in the morning. We'll have pastries and coffee. It's on the 3rd floor of Fusion 54. That's 101 West Main Street in downtown Crawfordsville.
Perfect. And, you talked a little bit about, enhancing your membership and learning more about that, but why else would somebody attend this event?
There's going to be a representative from our chamber health program, the Franciscan Healthy Access, at the event. So members and guests can learn about the eligibility of themselves and their employees utilizing the health center here in town.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Another focus of this event is some businesses or organizations have been members of the Chamber of Commerce for years, but they don't understand really what the chamber does. So we have really been trying to help people realize what can the chamber do for them. We are here to help them promote and advertise their organization or business and make connections.
Yeah.
So we want them to learn how to maximize that so they feel the value of the membership.
Absolutely. And you had one of these events already and it went over as a huge success.
Yes, the original intent of having our first Biz and Brew was so that the members could come and meet Jessica and Michelle. But then my mind is always going, how can I make it bigger? How can I make it better? And then that's when we started inviting others to come and learn about it. So we had over 50 people at the first one, and everyone, it's just a laid back, relaxed atmosphere. And with the open house, there's no pressure of, oh, I cannot give an hour. So all the 50 people really enjoyed it. And the board members said, we have to do this more. So the next one that we have is going to be on Halloween in the morning, and we're going to do a costume contest. So it will also be open to the public so that people can learn the value of the membership, but just putting a little extra twist on it for this one.
Very fun. And, talking about your membership, and getting the best value out of it, you also want to highlight the great work that your members are doing and appreciate what they're doing and make sure that they're recognized. And one way that you do that every year is through your annual awards banquet. And chamber award nominations are open now. Do you want to talk a little bit about what that is and why is it important for you all as an organization to recognize your businesses and individuals?
We appreciate our members so much, and some of them are so involved in the chamber and the community. And so this is just a time to reflect and highlight and celebrate all of our members, and especially the ones that are nominated for the awards. And this year, to keep it fresh and new and exciting, we've changed the awards. So some of them are similar with a different name, and some of them are completely different. So I'll give you a list. Anyone can nominate for these awards, but the recipient must be a current member of the Crawfordsville Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce. Our awards this year are Nonprofit Excellence, Agricultural Excellence, 5-Star, Trailblazer, You Rock, First Responder, Inspirational Educator, and Chamber Award of Distinction. So the last two that I mentioned, Inspirational Educator and Chamber Award of Distinction, are not nominated by the public. The committee chooses the Educator Award, and we've had that every year, and it is so appreciated. Teachers are so appreciated. It could be administrators for the school system. The new award, Chamber Award of Distinction, this will be chosen by the board of directors to celebrate a member that goes above and beyond with social media, attending events, helping us recruit new members, giving those testimonies. So I'm really excited to reward that member.
Awesome.
Along with the others.
Yeah. So if somebody's wanting to nominate somebody, like you said, anybody from the public can nominate for these awards. How can they do that?
There is a link on Facebook on our page, and also you can go to our website, crawfordsvillechamber.com, go to the membership tab, and there's another tab called Award Banquet, and you click that. You can either read the description and nominate one at a time, or there's a button at the top if you just want to click one time and see all of the awards in one click.
Okay. And when do nominations need to be submitted?
Before August 13th.
Perfect. So August 13th is a good day. Get your nominations in and attend Biz and Brew.
I will say, chamber members, we have a flyer that if you want to display at your location to encourage others to nominate you, please contact us and we will get you that flyer.
Awesome.
The flyers also have a QR code with a direct link to the page for the nominations.
Perfect. QR codes make everything easier, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Nice and easy. Well, Stacey, you talked about changing up some of these awards and making them new and fresh. What are you most excited about with these specific awards?
I'm excited to pull in businesses that were not recognized in the past. For example, we are an agricultural community. And so adding that agriculture, that was a Freudian slip.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
hear that? The agricultural award I'm excited about. And the other thing I'm excited about is before we had the small business and large business, which is great. But in the chamber, we have a lot more small businesses than large businesses. So it was starting to repeat for the large business, but it was harder to win as the small. So changing those awards to the Trailblazer, which is an innovative industry, which could be an entrepreneur or a business that's been working for years, but now they're really changing with the innovation. So being able to recognize them for the innovation, even though they've been in business for many years. And the 5-star showing that outstanding customer service and businesses or organizations that really build those lasting relationships with the community and stand out. So trying to make it a more even playing field for all businesses to be able to win an award and bringing in new ones. Also the first responder, they're also chamber members because they work for the city of Crawfordsville and Montgomery County. So bringing them in to recognize them, I think is special.
Yeah, absolutely. Jessica and Michelle, this will be your first awards banquet. So what are you both most excited about with, seeing these new awards coming up?
I think just being able to see our members together. Michelle and I have been here for a couple of months now, and we have met so many people already. However, there's so many others that we have yet to meet. And, attending the award banquet, we're going to be able to have that opportunity to meet even more members, which I'm super excited about personally.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it's all going to come together. And this is going to be, a couple months in the planning with the voting process and everything. I'm excited to see how it all works.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a little different than some of your other events. Some of the other events, not that this one's not fun and exciting, but this one's more about celebrating and recognizing the members rather than, that networking piece. There are networking opportunities. You've got, different things and the meet and greet at the beginning, but this one's really meant to be a celebration, a time to come together and, talk about your accomplishments throughout the year.
Yes, it's exciting. And we typically have 250 to 260 people that attend. So it's a great way. Some of them, they're not just the chamber members, they're bringing their family with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's so much fun and everybody's happy. And we really try to make the awards ceremony fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably no secret that now we do the walk-up music and try to coordinate it with the recipient. Like when Acuity Brand Lighting won, we played Blinded by the Light. So it just gets everyone engaged and laughing and wondering what the next song is. So adding some twists to make it fun and make it beautiful. And it's catered by the Juniper Spoon, so it's delicious.
Yes.
And we love it.
Absolutely. So talk a little bit about what, the award banquet looks like.
It is September 11th, and it's at Stone Creek Lodge. The cocktail or meet and greet starts at 5 o'clock with dinner at 6 o'clock. And then we try to start the program around 7 o'clock. The spotlight speaker this year is John Morgan. He is local to Montgomery County, although now he and his wife, Robin, divide their time between Montgomery County and Georgia. He's a business professional, entrepreneur, real estate developer, community supporter. So since they divide their time in Georgia and Montgomery County, they still are very heavily engaged at giving back to the community, especially focusing on children and families through educational and special needs programs.
So for the awards banquet, you talked about it's not always just chamber members, but you have to be a chamber member to sign up to attend.
Correct. Thank you for mentioning that. So anyone can nominate for the award banquet. The award banquet participants that come are chamber members. However, if a chamber member sponsors the table, they can invite a guest to be at the table. Also, this is another important time to say, we want more members. We want to advance a vibrant business community. We love to help organizations and business promote their organizations. So if you're interested in these awards, interested in attending, come to Biz and Brew or just give us a call because we want everyone involved.
Yeah.
We've grown from less than 300 members to 400 members, and we want to keep growing.
Absolutely.
We're also growing with members outside of Montgomery County. So we want to keep growing. We want our events to keep growing. So let us know and come join the fun.
And I will say, so for those of you who don't know, our chamber members range from nonprofits to small and large businesses, educators, and, even individuals. So if you are interested, like Stacey said, please reach out and we would be more than happy to connect.
Yeah. So how can the community and the chamber support one another? What are ways that the two of you, your organization can come together with the community and vice versa?
So I say at a lot of our events, especially the breakfast when I'm up, that I love my job. And I love my job because of the members and our community. Love our community. But it takes us working together. So we want to help promote businesses and organizations for a vibrant business community, but it takes the community being involved.
Right.
And coming to the Christmas auction, which is open to the public, and the Christmas parade. Those are just other ways that are open to the public for us all to come together as one community.
Absolutely.
And shopping local.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Michelle. Yes, shop local, support local. Very important.
Yes. So, the chamber, obviously, like your whole focus is bringing businesses together, bringing organizations together, bringing individuals together, and helping make those connections where, somebody might be at a meeting just looking to attend a meeting, and then they hear somebody say, oh, we offer such and such service. And you're like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for somebody like that. What do you think are the most important parts of those businesses and those partnerships with individuals?
I do see exactly what you said at our networking events and our big events, especially at the breakfast. Everyone gets to introduce themselves and say what they do. And you'll see throughout the room, people putting up their finger or their face lights up because they're like, I have been looking for someone that can do that. And then they exchange business cards. Also at our Breakfast Before Business and the Business Buzz, everyone brings a business card and we make a collage. And people love that collage. It shows the public who's involved in the chamber. It gives them advertising. The public is using that for resources when they need something personally or for their business. So it's making those connections. It's so important. And it's so much fun to see people light up. And after our events, before and after, people are talking, exchanging cards, and making those connections.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're a not-for-profit. I don't know if the Chamber of Commerce is something that not everyone understands. People think that we're work for the city of Crawfordsville or we're a government agency, and we work with the city as a partnership because they're chamber members, but we are our own entity. So we are a not-for-profit. We're a 501c6. We function from the investments of the organizations and businesses investing in us with membership fees and sponsorships. For example, for the award banquet coming up or the parade, anything we do that cost, that money has to come from somewhere, and we appreciate the members. For the award banquet, the Stone Creek Lounge, they are the venue sponsor. Morgan's Glass and Paint is the sponsor for the speaker. We also have Hoosier Heartland State Bank, Acuity Brands, Leslie Pyle, Realtor for Keller Williams, Lakeside Book Company, Duke Energy, Nucor, and Farm Credit Mid-America that are sponsoring that. And that helps us put the event on, and we appreciate it so much.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's super important, for those businesses. They're getting the advertising and the recognition for supporting the event, but that's also helping allow you all to make the event happen.
Yes.
Awesome.
And people sometimes ask, well, what does that money go toward?
Yeah.
It goes toward everything. The paper that we have to print, the printing, the insurance, our salaries, everything. Yeah. But it's important because then we give back to the community by helping promote their organizations and make those connections.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've talked a lot about what the chamber can do, what wonderful events are coming up. How can somebody reach out to get involved?
They could call 765-362-6800, or they can email us. An easy email is info@crawfordsvillechamber.com. Also, if you visit our website, crawfordsvillechamber.com. There's a link there to email Jessica, Michelle, or myself. We all three would love to talk to you about a membership and helping you promote your organization.
You can also find us on Instagram and on Facebook as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being here. Is there anything else that you all want to add?
You see how we all work together. Yes. Thank you, Jessica, Michelle. I'm so excited about our team together. Yes. And the experiences, the strengths, and we love our job. We love our community. We love you for having us here. Thank you. Did you have something to say, Michelle?
Well, I was just wondering, should we mention the 2 Facebook pages we also run, the BOCO Hired and the Listing Lounge, that the public can check out for information as well?
Absolutely. We just so we have a Facebook page that was already in existence called Seville Moco Hired, and chamber members, if they have a recruiting need, they can post there, but the public can see all of those listings. And another one that I had the idea and Jessica helped us implement it, so I'll let her tell about that one.
So our new private Facebook page is called The Listing Lounge, and it is for current chamber member real estate, as well as the businesses that do the property management. They can go on to this page, post their current listings, and then the community members can go and view and say, hey, like, this house is awesome, I'm interested. And then they can make that connection to go, view that property and meet the professionals.
Awesome. So there's your main Crawfordsville, Montgomery County Chamber Facebook page, but then you also manage the 2 different groups and pages for individuals to see. We can tag those in the show notes as well.
Yes, awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Another thing that the members really enjoy is we have a monthly newsletter called Chamber 411, and our chamber members can send a flyer. It's no cost for them to send a flyer. Mm-hmm. That's part of the benefit of their membership. But both of our newsletters, 400 to 500 people read that. And that's just another source of advertising for them. And they really enjoy that. But they must be a chamber member to send it, but just another reason to join our chamber.
Yes, absolutely. Well, again, thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate what you're doing for our community, the support for our businesses, and supporting and shopping local and making sure those businesses are recognized. And as always, don't forget to check out Yodel, our Community Connections calendar and newsfeed, where everything happening in our community is in one easy and convenient location. And don't forget to send us podcast topics or things you'd like to hear about. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on this podcast so you never miss an episode. And if you aren't already, follow us on Facebook at City of Crawfordsville Official, on Twitter at City of Seaville, and on Instagram at City of Crawfordsville. We hope you have a wonderful day and can't wait for you to join us next week.